It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Hope you're all ready for this one. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, a steady rain has been falling here, but it has not dampened the spirits of the hardy folks at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
The veteran Dustin Hopkins has this one teed up, and we are underway here in Cleveland. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first overall pick in the 2018 draft. A four-year starter, of course, for the Cleveland Browns. Now going against him, Baker Mayfield. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They go play action here on first down. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Operating from the gun, Sanders got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. If he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I bet we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. 2nd and 1
is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Slot man moves right. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5. And they'll bring Judy in motion right. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll try again. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Mayfield now. And he will find his man on the outside. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Scrimmage the 43 on 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otton, 37 yards. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time, and that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Flynn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. He's gotten Njoku over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion goes the tight end. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And he is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Cleveland, it's the Browns in control of the football. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. This is 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sanders gets this over the middle to Tillman. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Baker Mayfield going to lead his offense back out there. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. In motion left, Godwin. Now Mayfield. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Here's Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 2nd and 3. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Sanders. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Throw right side here, going to be incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bucs ready to take over once again. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Out to the right here to Shepard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They're in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mayfield to throw it. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders. Open man, that's Tillman.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Right back to Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain.
Yards to go, 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there, and boy, it was pretty.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And his kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you down to our forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Drive about to get started. Sanders now throwing to start the drive. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Looking to throw. Sanders. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Third down and very long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a punt.
Mayfield now from the 50. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And at the 38. Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
In motion left, Godwin. They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Mayfield. This ball complete to Durham. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. On this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
3rd down and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Tucker. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Mayfield down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. And they'll run with Tucker. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They run. It's Tucker. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. That's caught by Tucker. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Sanders throwing to start the drive. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Sanders. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Room here to run. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The 71 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
After the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here's Sanders from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Otten. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mayfield with it once more. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
From 2nd and 5.
Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Play fake, Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Mayfield.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. He's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Chris Godwin
from 6 yards away.
And the Bucs put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. That is caught. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. And it's caught. And the Browns are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now first and goal. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
For the lead, here's third and goal. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's a big one. It's fourth and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand.
See it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.